joining us at What the Duck is Happening. My name is Adrian, and I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Drew. What's up, Drew?
Hey, yo, what's up, baby?
Nice. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, wherever you listen to podcasts, watch, wherever you do that damn thing. Please make sure you do that. It really helps us out. It only takes you a second and really means the world to us. So please remember to do that for us, and thank you for doing so.
Yeah, we like you. We like hanging out with you. It's a fun time. So you should do it more. You should click that shit more. There you go. You finally did the fucking heart right, you damn weirdo.
So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Why don't we just hop right into it? We'll get into our quack of the day. Alright, so for today's quack of the day, Drew, I got one question for you.
What's up?
Do you like the taste of a Nintendo Switch cartridge?
Come again?
Do you like the taste of a Nintendo Switch game cartridge?
I'm really more of a Tide Pod guy myself, but I can see the appeal of a Nintendo Switch cartridge. The fuck?
Okay. So the reason I bring this up is because I was looking online the other day and I saw this story and it was too funny. And apparently Nintendo purposely makes their cartridges taste bad to stop people from trying to eat the cartridge.
Wait, okay, so they've had an issue in the past where people were eating their cartridges, so as a deterrent, they make them taste bad. Like, they actually give them a specific taste.
That was my exact thought when I read the story. That means that
like,
this was an issue before.
What? Okay, first of all, why are kids eating Switch cartridges? Second...
Same reason they're eating the Tide Pods.
Well, okay, so the Tide Pods, No.
There's no.
Okay. No. Not that it's okay. Not at all. I get it because they look like they would be a fucking candy.
Okay,
but a Switch cartridge, it's a memory card. It looks like a little fucking memory card stick. How is that? It's a piece of gum.
Mm-hmm. I get.
What is appealing about I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but it's like a little memory card size little chip, right?
Yeah, it's a very small little chip. Yeah, exactly. It's like
what is it? A Listerine strip?
I mean, like, to these kids, apparently. I don't know.
Dude, kids are fucking stupid.
Exactly. I thought that was so fucking good. Like, this is where we're at in society. That Nintendo needs to make sure that a fucking video game tastes like shit so somebody doesn't stick it in their mouth. Like, what the duck are we doing?
No,
idiots!
No, dude. I mean, we did used to blow into them back in the day when they were actually, like, larger cartridges. For the kids that don't know, if you had a Nintendo, like an NES,
Super Nintendo,
like Super Nintendo, you sometimes the game would not work sometimes, and the trick was to blow in it. If that didn't work, you stuck it under your shirt, you blew in it that way, you stick it in, pop it down, shit's good to go. But never once was I like, oh, this looks appetizing, I wonder what it tastes like. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, because that's fucking insane. So the same goddamn society who is eating Tide Pods are eating Nintendo fucking cartridges, and I saw that story and just...
That's an expensive meal. We're talking about how fast food is expensive, dude. You're eating $70 right there.
Exactly.
Idiot.
Yeah, that too. I didn't even think about that aspect. Yeah. Well, I mean, that kid clearly, whoever's eating the cartridge did not buy the damn cartridge. That is some idiot little kid whose mom bought their cartridge and buys however many cartridges they want, and they're just like, because no way in hell somebody bought that shit is eating it. But yeah, so that is my quick quack of the day.
So as you know, I was sick this week.
Oof, yes.
And God, I hate every time that I start to get sick. It turns into like full-blown psychological thriller. Stay with me. So I wake up Monday morning. I got a little tickle in my throat. little scratchiness, and I think, this is fine. I'm good, whatever. And then it turns into fucking the plague out of nowhere, and I'm stuck at home. And going back to what we were talking about a couple episodes ago was the fucking NyQuil, DayQuil debacle shit.
Yep.
Dude, okay, so I've got.
I was thinking about that.
I've still
when you
got
brought
a full thing of NyQuil, and I went through like 3 things of DayQuil, just fucking chaos sipping it out of the jug. And I've got. I don't use the cup. And I forgot to get the fucking pills, dude.
I forgot to get the
pills.
Oh, you're
yeah, dude.
tripping.
I just chug it straight from the bottle. Well, because I know I'm the only one that's gonna be drinking out of that thing.
That's
I don't
not
really
what
care.
It's about. It's too expensive. I need to know exactly how much I need.
I can eyeball it. I'm good. Because what is this little cup?
But how are you eyeballing if you're chugging?
I'm good. You see how
you're
clean this cup
is?
This cup has never been used. That's why. So 30 milliliters. I can eyeball the 30 milliliters. I'm good. I'm fine.
Oh, you're crazy. See, I am
crazy.
I'm like, no, exactly how many drops, because I know that I'm going to have to use, I know that my DayQuil doses are limited, and I have to make sure I get as much out of them as I can. So I make sure that I'm not like, oh shit, this sip I took too much of a sip, and now my next sip I'm down.
No, I can over-medicate. It's fine. It's cool. Dude, but it hit me so fucking hard. And like, I don't know what it is. Like, it starts with one thing, and then it develops into like 8 million other things. And I'm hitting up Google being like, okay, I've got sore throat, I got a mild headache, I got body chills, what's going on? And it's like, oh, that could be anything from the common cold to full-blown wizard cancer. And like, I don't know.
I
like WebMD like scares the I don't know.
I don't want to turn into Gollum or some shit.
They're precious.
Oh, it's the worst though. I could tell too. Like at work the other day, I could like watch you kind of.
You watch me start to
progressively get where I felt so bad that I couldn't cover you for that one shift, but
Oh, it's all good, dude. I will cover you if you need me to anytime. You do so much work, and I appreciate everything you do for us there. And if I can, I will. If I die in the process, I die in the process. I will die on my sword. For you,
that's
Adrian.
Why you're the best, bro. That's why you get that 1%.
Fuck you, dude. I hate it. But dude, getting sick sucks. Getting sick sucks so much. And I feel it's worse now that I'm an adult. Like, it hits me. Okay. So it probably doesn't hit me any harder now that I'm an adult versus when I was a child. I'm just so much more I'm such a baby.
Yeah.
Like, I am such a baby when I get sick. Like, I am of no use to anybody. Don't talk to me. I just want to die in my bed, binge watching The Office again.
Yep. I mean, it's the worst. That's my Assassin's Creed time. But then you get to that point where you're too sick to where even playing video games is hard because it's like just that mental capacity.
I don't have the mental capacity for it.
I just need a zombie.
Just zombie out, and then fucking Netflix has the audacity to ask me if I'm still watching. Bitch, yes, no. I'm still watching. Stop judging me.
I'm not watching. I'm listening. Just keep playing.
I'm just listening.
That's the worst.
But that was my week. I was sick as shit, and I probably shouldn't have gone to work on Friday because I was out of it.
I know. I was worried. We were doing all that training locked in the. We work in the news, and we're launching a new studio right now, so we're locked in these very tight, cramped quarters and a little tiny control room. So a little tiny room, blasting AC, very, very, very small with 15 people in it. Yeah, I was like, let's get this fucker out of here.
And then Drew shows up. Get this guy out of here. And
I need you to train, but I ain't trying to get sick.
And then I sit right next to you because you're my friend.
I got you. It's okay.
You're like, get away from me, dude.
I feel good. So we good.
Okay, if you start to feel sick, I'm sorry.
We can blame you. It's your fault.
No, we'll blame Tyler. Tyler was the first one to get sick. Okay. I blame Tyler.
All right. The original Quaker.
All right. All right. Oh, shout out to Tyler.
Yeah. Good man,
Shout out
Tyler.
to Tyler.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's pretty much my quick quack. Getting sick sucks, and I'm a baby when I'm sick.
yeah, I fucking hate it. I mean, I think we're all. That's when we're allowed to be babies. You know, that's like the one time where I'm like, babe, can you get me some? Can you get me some water?
Can you give me some soup?
Yeah.
Please.
Because I'm always like, nah, I hate asking for shit. Like, I'll go do it. I hate, like, oh, you can do it. But when I'm sick, let's go. Alright, well, fuck it. I think now's a good time. Why don't we move into our main segment? We'll move into what ruffles our feathers. What ruffles my feathers today is quiet quitting.
Hey, shout out to quiet quitting.
So my biggest thing with quiet quitting, or maybe not my biggest thing, but one of my, I don't know, duck peeves, we'll have to think of a good name for that, but something that irritates me, what ruffles my feathers, I guess, is there's multiple things, right? So I am a big perpetrator of quiet quitting. I am somebody who a little bit has been kind of doing that lately. And the thing with quiet quitting... Yes, I know.
No.
I'm sorry. I've been doing that to you guys.
No, you're not.
I think the big... I'm not. The thing that with the quiet quitting these days is it's like the corporations are putting it onto us. And like... I think what annoys me so much about the quiet quitting isn't that people are quiet quitting because we are all doing it. It's when you start affecting your coworkers that pisses me off. You know, like quiet quitting, you can do a little bit less and make sure you're doing what you get paid for. I'm all about that.
Yes.
But when you start moving from I want to, like, you know, give the finger to my boss, but what you're really doing is just screwing over all of your coworkers, that's when it's a problem, and that's
a different story entirely. Yeah.
And maybe we need like another term for it. I don't know, but like this version of quiet quitting is pissing me the duck off. Like we're dealing with it too much where we work, and I know a lot of other workplaces are dealing with this, and people in management are dealing with this, and it's like there's this weird blurry line of like, hey, I know for myself in the management role I'm in as a supervising director, I manage other directors and some production assistants and stuff in a news station, and so I need to make sure everybody's doing what they do. But at that same time, I understand that the people who are doing those things aren't getting paid what they deserve to be getting paid, and they are quiet quitting. So while I'm also myself quiet quitting, I have to make sure that people who are quiet quitting are doing what they need to be doing, at least the minimum amount to where it's not like disrupt. You know, it's like there's a balance of quiet quitting.
That's
you know,
that's where I'm
the
going to interrupt you.
part.
So with you quiet quitting, and like I don't notice it. So you're telling me now that you're quiet quitting. I kind of assumed, just because I know you on a personal level and I see how much the job is affecting you on a personal level, I kind of assumed that you are quote unquote quiet quitting. But I don't see the effect that it's having on the job itself. You are still putting in 100% of your effort. You're still doing everything that you need to do, even more that is required of you, because you are a good boss, you are a good worker, you've always been that way. And the time that I've known you, you've never shit the bed at work. And like I said, I don't see it. The issue that I think you're putting out there is that those who are quiet quitting are not doing the bare minimum of what is expected of their job duties. They are dipping below that.
Watch and that hands. In turn, your hands are fucking with your focus. But yes.
Okay, I want you to focus.
I don't want to cut you off, but I want to make sure.
Focus on my hands here. Sorry, autofocus. Sony,
fix it.
Yeah, fix your shit. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, you're quiet quitting. I don't see the repercussions of that because there haven't been any. You're still doing your job. You're still performing at optimal duties, and you're getting your shit done. those that I do see quiet quitting, quote unquote quiet quitting, are dipping below that level of minimal effort. And it is affecting my performance and it's affecting your performance
Mm-hmm.
in the way that we are now picking up other people's duties. And it's
Exactly.
making our jobs harder. And it's making the reason why we are quiet quitting that much more understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Is
I get
it's
it.
it's pushing people who are good, and the biggest problem is that, and I think this is pushing into the quiet quitting into people, is that management, instead of um, I
Like
don't know,
addressing those
reprimanding
issues.
is the wrong word, but yeah, like instead of
Yeah.
punishing people who aren't doing what they're doing, what, especially, and I don't know if other states is a little bit different, but in California it is like extremely hard to fire somebody, and
Hmm.
that does help. Sure, the person who is the employee, it's a lot harder to get fired, but at the same time, you can really get away with a lot, and that fucks with all your coworkers. So then we have to
Yeah.
deal with this person who is a shitty employee, and we just have to
Hmm.
deal and manage with that crap. And so what happens is the manager will say, okay, well, here's two employees. I have one, an amazing employee, works their ass off, is dedicated
Hmm.
to the job. And then I
Hmm.
have the second employee who sucks at their job, is over it, is openly like, I might get out of here at some point, right? So you have two
Hmm.
different people. Well, if I have a really hard task, what am I going to do? I'm going to trust the one who's really good at their job and cares, and I'm going to give
Hmm.
them the work. And
Yep.
then that other person, well, I'm going to say, hey, why do I trust them? I don't want to give them the work. So then what
Yeah.
happens is that just keeps escalating over and over and over. And then now the person who is good at their job is now overworked. And then the person who isn't doing shit just gets less and less responsibilities because the management team says, well, hey, I don't trust this person to handle their responsibilities, so I'm going to give them to the person I trust. So now what you're doing
Exactly.
is just overworking your good employees and then letting your shitty employees get away with murder. And that is like the biggest problem with quiet quitting. And that is like
That
where
is
we're
it.
at. And it's
Yep.
so disturbing and so crushing to people who are good employees. And I hate that it affects me myself doing it, and also from my management view, having to watch people, like watch it crush people. The amount of people I have watched come in and out of, multiple places where I've worked, and watch these people just get crushed coming in, and like, eyes starly bright and excited to add their
Exactly.
input and give something and give creative input and be a part of the team, and just watch them just get crushed and
Just
broken.
deteriorate. Hmm.
And
And
it's
like, and
heartbreaking.
it's sad. You see it when they come in. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you look so happy. You look so excited
Yeah.
right now. But just wait a couple
Yeah.
months, and you will be where I am. And
Mm-hmm.
that's like, we don't want that. We don't want you to be where we are. We want you to be happy to be here. We want you to work hard, be excited, because our job is fun. I like our job.
Yeah, I
I've
love it.
liked what we do for the longest time. It's just we're overworked, and like you said, like we work hard and we get rewarded with more work, and those who don't work hard get rewarded with less
Mm-hmm.
work. They get to skate by their job. Their job is the easiest
Yeah.
because they don't have to do anything because
Mm-hmm.
we're doing it all for them.
Exactly. Oh, I don't trust Steve to do this job? Well, perfect. We'll give it to Drew. He'll figure it out, and now Steve just gets to fucking sit there and twiddle his thumbs. And now all your best
I got it.
workers
I'm
are.
because I'm qualified to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It's not what I went to school. I went to school for music, dude. I'm not even supposed to be in this
Yeah, yeah. I
industry.
didn't go to school for this, but that's not even the point. It's and I think one of the more frustrating parts about the quiet quitting too is it's like the people, the people who aren't quiet quitting are people who take genuine like care and put legit effort into what they're doing. So then it's that much more infuriating, like somebody like me or you, who it's like I'm coming in, and even though I'm, maybe a little bit tired of the job and I'm trying to move on to other things, I'm trying to do whatever, I'm still making sure that when I show up, I'm giving 110%
You are present.
to my
Exactly. Hmm.
crew and to everybody around me. Because if I show up and I don't do shit all day, that's my boss doesn't give shit, right? Like most companies, your boss isn't going to notice that whatever random employee isn't really putting their best in, because most of the other employees understand that they have to kind of fill in the gap to get that project done. So then that manager doesn't really know unless everybody goes and complains, but we all know, like,
it's not elementary school. And
snitches get stitches, dog. I ain't trying to rat on nobody.
Snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches. And that's what I said in my performance review. You were there with me because you are technically one of my bosses. Yeah. I said, like, I don't feel like coming to report these people because this isn't elementary school. I'm not tattletaling on people. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. I said this. I don't want to get people in trouble. I don't want people to get fired. I just want them to do their job, and I want them to want to do their job.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah.
That's it. And like, if I will go and have a conversation with these people and say, hey, you're not really performing to what you should be, and I'm stuck picking up the slack. I feel like if I say that to people, they should understand that, right? And they should be like, oh, they're right. I'm making Drew do more than he's supposed to be doing. He's picking up my job, and I should put forth a little bit more effort. You would think that would stick, and they don't. They don't do it, and that's what gets me upset. And you know me, like I hardly get upset. I hardly get angry. Like I don't
easily one of the best people I've ever worked with, and would be such a good replacement for my role, like a good manager and somebody like I know that at least everybody respects you.
I will never do it. I will never do it. If you leave, I'm leaving with you. If I get offered your position, I'm not taking it. I did a managerial role and I hated it. I despised being a manager.
Yeah, managing sucks.
I don't envy you in that aspect. Yeah. I do appreciate everything that you do at work.
Thank you.
You're one of the best bosses that I've ever had.
Thank you.
And I'm not just saying that because you're my buddy.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But it's because you do your shit. You get your shit done, and you recognize because you've been. I think it's always good and it's hard when you have a manager that was in your position before, and they know the ins and outs and the things that tick people off and the things that go wrong. So you have that insight of what needs to be done, what should be done, and how can I do these things to make my employees' job lives easier.
Yeah.
The issue with that is that sometimes when you move into that position, some people take advantage of that, and they'll be like, he's one of us. He's not really a manager. And that's sometimes how I feel as a director. Like, we moved from studio tech to director, but we don't, more so me, because you have a supervisor role.
No, I feel the same way, dude.
As a director, like, I don't really have a say. Like, my voice doesn't really carry any weight with people. So when I do have these conversations, people like, hey, you're not really performing up to snuff, like, try and better yourself, try to, do your job a little bit better. They're like, okay, cool, thanks, Drew. I'll take that into consideration. No consideration was taken. That goes in one ear, out the other. They don't give a fuck what I say. So
it's frustrating, and that is a very specific to our field too. I think our field, that the director role has been progressively getting kind of diminished as the years go, and it will continue to be because of AI and the way that automation is coming in and the way that you can do things.
Obsolete. We're becoming obsolete.
Yeah, everything is becoming automated. The way directing used to be done was there was a switch, or there was a technical director, a director, an audio operator, a CG operator, floor director, an expression, bit central playout operator, a producer. You had all these different roles.
There's a full crew.
You basically do that all by yourself with this program called Overdrive. So now we are directors, and what we do is basically all of that. So within one application, I'm able to control audio. I'm able to control all the videos that play out, every single camera, every single reporter that you see, every single graphic you see on television, the lower third, that little, we call it a crawl, the little thing that goes along the bottom of the screen with all the info. us as directors now, we do all of that. Where that
Wait,
used
so
to be
Adrian,
done by,
you're
like,
doing 10 people's jobs. Are you getting paid 10 people's wages?
No, I'm getting paid a half of a wage. It's lovely.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you for clarifying.
It's lovely. So kids don't get into directing. It's
don't do it.
Television news directing. Don't get into that. So it's not the right field.
No, start a podcast.
Yeah, start a podcast.
Start a podcast.
But yeah, so I don't know. Quiet quitting. I think it affects all of us. I know 100%. It is not just our field. I know a lot of you out there listening have that coworker who you're just like, fuck, man, like, God damn it, Tony, what the hell are you doing? You know, I know that it doesn't matter. Like and I've said this on another podcast, and I'll repeat it now. Like I started, my first job was when I was 15, 16. I had, to be quite honest, I'll tell you the quick background story. I took out my parents' car when I was a kid. I used to take out my parents' car all the time and go pick up my homies.
Oh, no.
And we would go like smoke joints and be silly kids. And then one day I took out my dad's Porsche, and as I was pulling it out of the garage, I got a little scratch on it.
Oh no, not the Porsche.
And so he knew later, oh, this motherfucker took out my car, so I got in trouble. And then I went and I got a job to end up paying back my dad. So that was my very first job. But then since that job, I just kept getting jobs, and that job was at a movie theater. So I worked at a movie theater. I've worked at Tio Leo's as a server. I've worked at Papa John's as a pizza delivery driver. At Cutco as a knife salesman. I worked at Diane Audio as an editor for audiobooks. I worked at a few medical weed dispensaries. I worked at UPS. I've had the gamut of jobs. So
yes, you're a work slut. We know.
So I'm not coming here as like, oh, I direct and like this is the only experience I have and I'm bitching about like this particular field. Like all of these complaints I have are coming from all of the shit that I've had.
They're universal.
And they're universal to every fucking job. That's like the one thing I've learned the most moving from job to job is that every job has the same shit. There's always that fucking asshole who doesn't give a shit about the job. There's always the overachiever. There's the annoying fucking manager. It's always the same fucking shit. So, just remember.
There's nothing new.
Remember out there, you are not alone. We are all going through this shit together, and it sucks.
And if you are one of the people that we're talking about in the aspect of quiet quitting, but doing a little bit too much of the quiet quitting, just try to recognize that yourself and realize, hey, we get that you're working a job that doesn't pay you what you should be paid, but at the same time, do enough so that your coworkers don't hate you.
Yes, that is the biggest point of this segment.
That's
stop quiet quitting on your fucking coworkers. All right.
Yes.
Like
yes. I
like that. We all get paid shit. We all are and I will bet you money that no matter what field you're in, your manager right now, your manager 100% is not getting paid what he wants, and then he has a boss who is not getting paid what they fucking want until obviously you get up to that CEO shit where they're making, you know. I mean, obviously, the fucking CEO of Nextstar,
a couple million.
I hope you hear this, you piece of shit. Pay us. Fuck you. But you will hit a point. But overall, the most of our society, anybody who's probably listening to this fucking podcast, please make sure that you are working with your coworkers. Remember that when you don't show up and you're being too late and you're not doing your job at your best, most of the time you aren't affecting your boss, you are affecting your coworkers and hopefully kind of your friends, because I know every job I've had, I've tried to make the most friends as I can of my coworkers. You want to make it as enjoyable as possible. So just remember, like, you're probably pissing off your friends, coworkers more than your boss even fucking notices. So, so please,
because your boss isn't gonna care, because he's also quiet quitting.
Yeah, he's probably quiet quitting himself. So please, please, to all the quiet quitters out there, make sure you are at least conscious enough of your fucking coworkers and quiet quit politely. You know what I mean? Like, have some fucking respect.
I like how you said it. You said, don't quiet quit
on your coworkers.
Quiet quit on your job. Don't quiet quit on your coworkers.
Yes. That's what we'll title
this episode. We should quiet quit together.
Don't quiet quit on your coworkers.
There you go.
Because that's fun.
Unionize your quiet quitting.
Exactly.
Unionize. Corporations don't like that word either.
Nope.
Nope.
But yeah, I don't know. Do you got anything else on quiet quitting? That's kind of my gist. Is just.
Let me see. I think I wrote something down. I think we covered pretty much. You hit it.
We hit it.
Yeah. You hit it.
Yeah.
Baby, you hit it.
Just don't quit on your friends, man.
I think you got it. Don't quit on your friends.
Yeah.
Don't spit on your friends. Don't hit your friends. Don't quit on your friends.
You
should spit. You should quit. You should hit with your friends.
Wait, spit, hit, quit?
Spit it, hit it, and quit it.
Woo! Okay.
Do that with your friends. They ain't gonna be friends anymore. Now you in a relationship.
Yeah, you're more than friends. And just don't get swallow.
Yeah, then you'll get sick, and then you'll have to drink your NyQuil and your DayQuil and your cough drops and your shit, and it's gonna be a fiasco.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's good. I think we've kind of ruffled our feathers for today. I think that's about it, right? You got anything else to add? I think we're pretty much good.
I think it's solid.
Cool. So don't quiet quit on your coworkers, everybody. And let's move on, and we will hop out the pond for the day. Alright, so thank you so much for joining us at What the Duck is Happening. Again, my name is Adrian, joined by my good friend Drew. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Keep on swimming, folks.
Quack, quack.